Heard you talk about something that I've been practicing for years and has been very beneficial to myself, observing and adopting behaviors from those who are smarter and more skillful than me, right? When did you learn about the secret weapon?
And as a child, I was always very aware of my surroundings, right? Had a very high level of situational awareness because I came from an abusive, dysfunctional family. So when a child is being abused, when a child is being beat, when a child is being neglected, your situational awareness increases, right? Because now you're paying attention. You don't know who's going to attack you. You don't know who's going to beat you. You don't know where your next meal is going to come from. So you're aware. You're paying attention, right? So as a child, I had a higher level of situational awareness than I was supposed to. And then now I'm learning and I'm watching and I'm seeing things, action, reaction, input, output, right? But in terms of jealousy sometimes can be a form of escapism, right? And there's these internal issues that we have that sometimes go unaddressed.
Woo! Sometimes we have these issues that go unaddressed. Let me just say this. When a person's entire agenda and life's work is to focus on everybody outside of them, that's because they don't like themselves. They're not comfortable with who they are. They don't like who they are. And not only that, they are not ready to work on changing what they don't like about who they are. That's can be considered a dangerous individual, right? If we always talk about this when as it pertains to YouTube streets, that there are so many people that do not like to hold themselves accountable for nothing. We got people in this sector that'll sit back and say, yeah, I know I'm a liar. Oh, well. But then we'll spend the next 6 months to a year calling everybody else a liar. But you just slid past that, and I don't answer no questions. You can't ask me shit. You can't talk to me about shit. You don't know me. I don't know these people. But you think you know everybody else. That works both ways. If you know me, that means I know you. If you say you know me, but you lie about me, then you don't know me at all. But yeah, so yeah, I'm a liar, but I'm gonna spend the next year judging and holding everybody else's feet to the fire, even if I have to lie to do it. I'm implementing the same thing that I've admitted to and acknowledged in a brief moment. And if you were not there, you missed it. But I'm not gonna let you miss me talking about you. I'm not gonna let you miss me lie on your name because I'm jealous, I'm envious, and I lack control when it comes to who you are, the respect that you get, how you're treated compared to how I'm treated when I know I believe I deserve better. If you lie, you steal. If you steal, you kill. Why would anybody want to align themselves with a liar? A known liar, a self-admitted liar, right? I just wanted to use that as an example. Let's go.
And then now when you're in the presence of someone who has addressed them things for themselves, right? And they're projecting their healing onto you by just being in front of you because you can internally feel that vibration they exude, that healing creates. And now you're not ready to deal with those internal issues. So now you either separate yourself, detach yourself, distance yourself, or even attack that person that's making you feel that way. But it's really just you're seeing yourself, right? And you're seeing limitations. So, jealousy is a very layered word, right? And it can also mean that it could be a form of escapism. It could be a form of admiration, right? And that admiration, you despise yourself for having that admiration for that person. So now you want to attack that person. and you despise that person because you don't believe that you can do what that person has done.
That part. You don't believe that you are able to do what that person has done. You haven't sacrificed the skin, the time, the relationships. You haven't sacrificed what is or has been required to sacrifice, but you want the same outcome for those that have. You're out of order. It is not the natural order of things. You are going to have to die to the flesh. You are going to have to heal. We all have to heal. None of us are exempted from healing. None of us. We don't live in that type of matrix. We're not in that type of world. You don't get to cheat without consequence. And even cheating is an illusion when it comes to living life where we live in life. Let's go.
And you internalize that, and you're very afraid. You're very afraid to deal and confront your personal demons. And then this person is confident and you really want what they have, but you're too afraid to go through the process to get to the destination that they have arrived at. Right. So I think communication helps with jealousy.
Explain.
Self-talk. You got to communicate with yourself. Self-talk. Well, why am I feeling this way? Right. Why do I feel this way towards this person? Well, what am I not doing? Because if I'm focusing on myself, I don't have time to even look outside myself to even feel any type of a feeling towards something outside of myself, because I'm
that part.
Not in the window. I'm in the mirror all the time.
He said, I am not in the window. I am in the mirror. Ooh, that's a bar. I am not in the window looking out. I am in the mirror looking at self. You don't have the time. You don't have the energy. You don't have the wherewithal, nor should you have the desire, but it is there because it's spirit to reflect on thyself. We don't have 48 hours in a day. We got 24, and it seems a lot less than that nowadays. Self-reflection and work requires going within. It requires detachment. It requires for you to solely focus on self, to where we were not equipped to take anybody else's inventory, to manage anybody else and what they got going on, much less judge, much less try to control, much less envy. And let me tell you, I've been blessed in that regard, and I'm so thankful that I have not been born, nor do I possess, or have I ever possessed the spirit of jealousy. I have had control issues. I battle with them every day. When I have control issues, it is controlling the things that I have control over. It's a battle. It is a constant work in progress because I'm aware of it. We all have that, because to me, it's a part of self-preservation. It's a part of survival. If you are walking through life like you have no control over anything, you're going to feel vulnerable. You're going to feel like you're a sitting duck in some regards. I can only speak from my perspective, right? So I am saying, and he is saying, instead of looking out the window, I am looking in the mirror. Ooh, man, I had to pause that one. Come on with it, smart man.
So there's beautiful trees outside. There's dog shit on the floor outside. There's beautiful cars outside. There's junkies and whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm in my mirror. I'm looking at myself. I'm building up myself. So I feel like, communication, self-talk, and talking to yourself is important and saying affirmations positive about yourself, right? And then when you start to develop that self-esteem needed to take what once was something you were jealous of and convert it to now something that can inspire you and become inspiration and become fuel to your fire and become your proof of concept, become your indirect proof of concept, become your indirect point of reference. Oh, he did this, so I could do it. Okay, wow. And then you unpack it 24 hours in a day. What do I want? What do I have to do to get what I want? And then I'm not going to stop until that happens. The finish line doesn't move. We either stop or keep running, right? So now when you understand the laws of the universe, right? Persistence overcomes resistance, and every no.
Persistence overcomes resistance. Persistence overcomes resistance. You can resist only for so long, but the drive, the spirit of persistence is stronger than that of resistance because persistence is the original source. Resistance is a reflex or a response to persistence, which is why it is the weaker of the two. Boy, listen, I'm going to have to watch my own replay on this. Come on with it. Come on with it.
Will eventually turn into a yes. When you understand how this thing called life works, you're not going to be jealous of the next man because that's a lower vibration that takes you out of alignment for what you're trying to bring into your life. How you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you, but also repels things away from you. So when you're thinking...
Okay, we're going to hear that again because that's his mantra. That is his mantra, and that is super powerful. And I've been memorizing that, right? Come on, Selena. Quit playing with me. Quit playing. Let's go.
Becomes a vibration. That
Ooh, let's go.
Right? Persistence overcomes resistance, and every no will eventually turn into a yes. When you understand how this...
Every no will eventually turn into a yes.
Thing called life works, you're not going to be jealous of the next man because that's a lower vibration that takes you out of alignment for what you're trying to bring into your life.
Woo! Talk about low vibration. Listen, okay, I'm going to let him go. I'm going to let him rock out. But I want to say this. When we talk about vibration, when we talk about low energy, low vibrational energy, it is what makes the world go round. It is what makes everything move. Nothing can move without a vibrational charge. When I heard somebody say this morning, I don't understand why our children are so messed up. I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. When we are focused in on being entertained to death, on idiosyncrasies and topics that really don't affect our everyday lives, when we're distracted with things that are not pertinent to our everyday survival, guess what happens? All of us are being studied, data is being compiled, science is being created and formed and maneuvered, medications, foods are being tampered with, the air is being modified. Everything upsets our hormonal compositions, and our third eye is always cloudy, even if some of us don't even know we have one. Some of us don't even recognize how it works in our bodies. Right? With that being said, energy and vibration makes the world stay in motion. And jealousy is one of the lowest vibrational energies in existence. The need to control outside of thyself accompanies jealousy, envy, low vibrational energies in existence. They're still spirits and they're still living. And they're going to seek out the weak. They're going to seek out the naive, and they're going to seek out those that are aware of their low vibration. In the concept of water seeks its own level, So they acquiesce to it and they all kind of conjoin together. But make no mistake about it. Low vibration and low energy equals jealousy. If someone is jealous of you, you can do one of several things. But the first thing I would recommend is just to make sure you stay clear. Just stay clear. I'm not trying to say nobody that's jealous of me. I'm not trying to make nobody that's jealous of me understand shit. I'm not trying to convince nobody that's jealous of me or has a jealous spirit of anything. I'm going to move around, and I suggest you do the same.
So I feel like, communication, self-communication, self-talk, and, talking to yourself is important, and saying affirmations positive about yourself.
I want to talk about that for a second, right? When you talk about affirmations, what you read, what you utter, what you speak, what you think, how you move, it's energy. It's vibrational. It grows and it grows. Whatever, and it all starts here. It all starts in the mind. If it starts in the mind, it's going to come out the mouth. Once it comes out the mouth, it is going to exert a certain level of energy. But it starts here. So whatever you're thinking, you're going to speak it. Just because you're in their mouth, that means you're on their mind. That still don't have nothing to do with you. You know if what they're saying has credence, if it's true or not. Why continue to entertain it? It's okay to address it and move on. They could misconstrue you addressing it that one time or two maybe as a trigger, but you moving around and moving on will eventually reveal to them that they don't have the power over you they thought they had. Love. Take care. Peace.